There is one organ which causes high blood pressure, and it's not what you think. And there are specific exercises you can use to target and fix your blood pressure easily. No diet, lifestyle changes, or medication required. Check the link in the description below, but for now, today's question.
The question: why did I develop a high blood pressure at 20? Answer by Josefina Tunufai. Blood pressure is measured in millimeters of mercury, mmHg, and is written systolic over diastolic, for example, 120/80ths of a millimeter Hg, or 120/80. According to the most recent guidelines, a normal blood pressure is less than 120/80ths of a millimeter Hg. Hypertension is blood pressure that is greater than 140/90. For people over age 60, high blood pressure is defined as 150/90 or greater. Prehypertension consists of blood pressure that is 120 to 139/80 to 89. Blood pressure may increase or decrease, depending on your age, heart condition, emotions, activity, and the medications you take. One high reading does not mean you have high blood pressure. It is necessary to measure your blood pressure at different times, while you are resting comfortably for at least 5 minutes. To make the diagnosis of hypertension, at least 3 readings that are elevated are usually required. You are still not diagnosed hypertensive but pre-hypertensive. You need to check when you rest and without you are under stress. Change your lifestyle such as exercises, diet control, and stay free from stress, then your blood pressure will become to less than 120/80. Answer by Angela Punis. The amount of blood in a woman's body increases. According to the journal Circulation, a woman's blood volume increases by as much as 45% during pregnancy. This is an extra amount of blood that the heart must pump throughout the body. Video: blood pressure exercises VSLCB. The left ventricle, left side of the heart that does a significant amount of pumping, becomes thicker and larger. This temporary effect allows the heart to work harder to support the increased blood volume. This condition can cause serious damage to your organs, including your brain and kidneys. Preeclampsia is also known as toxemia or pregnancy-induced hypertension. Preeclampsia with seizures becomes eclampsia. This can be fatal. Dietary guidelines for pregnant women vary from person to person. Speak with a nutritionist who will keep your specific height and weight in mind when creating a nutrition plan for you. Answer by Paul Wilson. Your current blood pressure is at a prehypertension level. Some years ago, the powers that be tried to lower the normal blood pressure to 120/80. This placed 34 million Americans on the blood pressure rolls. That became a problem, as it was difficult dealing with the millions who already had hypertension, let alone add millions more. So they reneged and brought blood pressure back to 140/90 to assess it as hypertension. There was a 11-year definitive study on hypertension ME in 2003 which said that hypertension was essentially too much fluid in the body's vascular system. It was blamed on the chemical renin. This is a hormone developed by the adrenal glands above the kidneys. It regulates the fluid the body retains. Too much renin means too much fluid retained. If these 4 medications don't control hypertension, then it is possible that the hypertension is not simply essential. Other vascular defects may be involved, such as renal stenosis. The other component of hypertension is hereditary. The example is that in the entire Western Hemisphere, blacks suffer 3 times more hypertension than the corresponding whites. In Africa, such differences don't exist. What happened? Apparently, while transporting the black slaves from Africa to the Western Hemisphere, 40% died of dehydration aboard those dairy slave ships. Those who survived were high renin people. Leaving the ships, they had high renin children. That 400-year-old legacy has made hypertension in our black community a serious public health issue. Higher levels of kidney failure and congestive heart failure are noted in these communities. Other cultures have high renin too. So it is hereditary.